We are currently in Cascais, which is a beautiful beach town. I'm gonna turn this way so you guys can see the background. And it's gorgeous.
I don't know who this guy is.
It's gorgeous, it's gorgeous. It's super beautiful. Cascais is like a city that's maybe an hour, maybe 30 minutes to an hour. It's probably like an hour drive. But it's beautiful. Let me turn it and show you guys. We're getting ice cream, and it's supposed to be the best ice cream ever. Oh wow. Half and half. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
We are on the, I want to say he said the most western point of Europe. So basically he said from here straight across is New York. I forgot the name. It's Rocca something. Rocca something. The most western tip of continental Europe. So basically if I jumped in the water and I swam and I made it, which is unlikely, I would be right in New York. The mountain is over there. And that's where we're going after the Sintra mountain. We are currently in Sintra.
Cada palpite e o nosso amor existe, forte ou fraco, alegre ou triste.
basically, we are going up to that palace. We're walking. That's how you kind of hear me out of breath right now.
Surrounded by these amazing
It's been a long day, but a very beautiful long day. Good morning, beautiful people. So today I'm going on a tour about the slave trade, which I'm super excited about. And then I'm gonna go to Alfama, which is the old city, the historic city. So yeah, I'm about to go have breakfast, and then I'm gonna go walk to the meeting place, and then the tour starts. I will see you all when the tour starts. See ya.
At the time, the main trade route for the slave trade was known as the Trans-Saharan route. Okay, so instead of using the ocean, at the very beginning it was mainly caravans. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
It was mainly caravans crossing the Sahara Desert on foot, okay, with the aid of camels.
Oh, okay.
And they would essentially, Arab traders would cross the desert, buy slaves from sub-Saharan Africa, from this strip of land, which they had a broad term for. The Arabs called this area the Al-Sudan, which in Arabic literally means the land of the dark-skinned people. This location here is one of two major slave markets that existed in Lisbon.
Okay.
That operated between the 15th century till the 18th century. However, because of the earthquake of 1755, nothing exists of the old market.
Okay. Gotcha.
And to give you an idea of what you would have experienced here, of what someone would have seen or witnessed here, the slaves would have been sold either individually or in lots. They would have had a starting bidding price around their neck.
Okay.
They would have been made to do physical exercise. They would have had their teeth inspected, and the Portuguese would also commonly rub their skin with olive oil to make it look more attractive.
Oh, okay.
More appealing. And of course, since that doesn't exist anymore, the only thing I can do is show you.
Yeah.
That in the case of the African kingdoms,
it kind of just depended on like how you got to Lisbon in a sense, or like your position maybe.
Exactly, your position. There was even within the African community, there would have been different status.
Okay.
And some Africans would have actually been above status of many Europeans as well.
That makes sense.
In the case of the knights,
right.
in the case of some aristocrats.
Right.
Okay, and some people who did well in business as well.
So again, your position.
But it would also be wrong to assume that the entire slave population was African. Overwhelmingly, they were African,
but it wasn't.
But it wasn't 100%, because the Portuguese, because the slaves from the Far East, and this is where some of the current day racial stereotypes also come into play.
Okay.
The slaves from the Far East were considered to be intelligent. It was believed that if you taught them how to make an object, that they could then replicate it perfectly. And they were also considered to be less aggressive and more obedient. Whereas African slaves were valued for their strength, but were also considered to be more aggressive. In Brazil, you also had forms of resistance, okay? There were runaway slaves who formed communities called quilombos or mukwambos. The two terms were generally used to name these communities. And they would then band together to fight against Portuguese mercenaries, Dutch mercenaries. Essentially, the stories they used to tell the kids about the boogeyman. He was a black man who would snatch the kids.
Oh, so now if you see someone that looks like him as a kid, you're afraid.
Would snatch you and eat you.
Right.
Gold, ivory. From India, it would have been black pepper, cinnamon. In China, it would have been porcelain, silks, also slaves from Japan.
Walking to Alabama now. The tour was amazing. The tour about the slave trade was absolutely amazing. So I pretty much refused to wait on that line. Let me show you guys the line. It's like this long line. Yeah, I pretty much refused to wait on that line for a castle. I mean, I've seen my fair share of castles, but I'd just rather there's a car coming. I'd just rather walk around Alabama than go visit the castle. So that's what I'm gonna do. Plus, my tour guide said that the thing that you can do is start from the very top and then walk down. And that's what I'm gonna do. to dinner at a Nossa Casa, which was like some of the best food I've had this whole trip. Like, I don't even know how to explain it, but it was just very different, very unique, different flavors, different textures, like mussels with guacamole, which was amazing, by the way. But I feel like it's probably a must visit when, let me see if I can cross real quick. It's a must visit when coming to Portugal. Let's talk about Portugal. And I say Portugal and not just Lisbon because it was like Portugal as a whole country, because I did go to Cascais. I'm really trying to figure out how to say this. And Sintra. And you know, when you go to like outside of the main city of certain countries, and it's just like, I could have done without it. But honestly, going to Cascais and Sintra, it just reaffirmed my love for Portugal. But the minute because it was like I was on a plane coming here from Spain, which is only like, from Madrid actually, let me correct myself, which was only an hour flight. But I was on a plane coming here, and I immediately woke up when we were about to land. I know you can see Portugal from the plane, of course, but just like seeing it from the plane, I just felt like there were about to be such good vibes in Portugal. Like, it just looked beautiful from the plane. The sun was bright, it was shining, the country was like, it was literally like the country was glowing. I don't know. And I will say that while I'm very happy with what I've seen in Portugal in these 3 days, I'm definitely coming back to see more. I feel like I didn't get to see enough. So like, yeah. And I honestly don't want to say that I enjoyed Madrid more than I enjoyed Portugal, but honestly, that's kind of what it's boiling down to. And I don't know if it was just the city, or maybe the weather, or the fact that Portugal, I mean, Lisbon, yeah, it's a city, but it wasn't as hectic and congested as Madrid, maybe. I don't know. But I feel like maybe Madrid reminded me maybe too much of New York City. Not even, I don't know. Yeah, maybe that's it. Because honestly, Madrid was crowded. It was so crowded. It did remind me of New York City. So then to see, and then it was like buildings. There was, I don't even want to say there was no beauty, but there was a gleam or a glow to Portugal that maybe Madrid didn't have. Or maybe I'm just like in love with Portugal right now, or Lisbon, or whatever. But I don't want to diminish what I experienced in Madrid. But Cabo de Roca is definitely my favorite part of this trip. It was just views on top of views on top of views on top of views. It was gorgeous. But that sums up my little obsession with Portugal. I have a flight to catch tomorrow, so I should be finishing my packing. I just want you guys to know that I came to Portugal with one suitcase. I'm currently leaving with 2 and a book bag. But for a full recap of my full trip, I'm about to finish up what I gotta do, finish up packing, sleep, all of the above. Yeah, wipe off my makeup, like all that. I got a lot to do right now, but see you guys in the morning.